Hey, I'm Pastor Shane. Welcome to another episode of Family Foundations. Today we're going to continue to look at Deuteronomy chapter 6 and talk about some more ways we can intentionally spend time building into our kids. In Deuteronomy chapter 6, in a passage that we know as the Shema, Moses instructs parents with the following when talking about the command to love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and strength. This is what he says. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home, when you walk along the road, when you lie down, and when you get up. See, last episode we talked about the importance of turning our dinner table into a tool to help us disciple our kids, which is one way we can intentionally teach our kids to know and follow God when you sit at home. But Moses also instructs parents to teach their kids to know and follow God when you walk along the road, and when you lie down, and when you get up. And we want to look at a few ways as parents we can intentionally do this. So, how can we intentionally teach our kids to know and follow God while we walk along the road? I have two simple suggestions that you as parents can easily start implementing right off the bat with your kids. The first suggestion is to utilize your travel time. Whether you're going across town to get groceries or heading to see family, maybe in another province, there are many minutes which can be used as formative times. You can throw on some worship music or a kid's worship CD and let the kids sing along. It can be easy to let the kids use their devices or portable gaming systems, or even just to throw on a movie in the car. But there is a time and place for this. But what throwing on a worship CD or say listening to a Bible story does is it demonstrates to your kids that worshiping and learning about God isn't just a Sunday thing. Now, a while back I stumbled onto streetlights. See, you can find them on Apple or on Spotify. But he reads the Bible to you while playing music in the background.
Ephesians chapter 6. Children and parents. Children, obey your parents because you belong to the Lord, for this is the right thing to do. Honor your father and mother. This is the first command.
My family, we listen to this all the time in the car. And quite often, I've had to pause it because my 7-year-old son, he starts asking me questions about what he's just heard. See, he listens to it. And now he's learning about God's word. And he's jamming out to the beats all at the same time. See, utilizing our travel time is a great way to instruct while we are walking along the road. My second suggestion is to include your kids when you as a parent head out of the house. I know how easy it can be to leave the kids at home. I mean, as a parent, who doesn't love to have a few just quiet, blissful moments of respite from the chaos of the house? Now, if you need to get away, do it, okay? Take the time. Don't neglect, though, your opportunities to have one of your kids join you as you do go about your business. See, last year I was going to get some groceries. My son Jack, he came along with me. And we would go up and down the aisles. He would ask if he could have this cereal or buy this candy. These were just moments that I could explain to Jack about where our money came from and how to budget it, and that we can't always buy everything that we wanted. You see, as we left the store, there was a homeless man, and he was sitting on the cold concrete, and he was asking for spare change. Jack and I walked past, and we took our groceries, we loaded them in our car, and then as we were sitting in the car, I asked Jack if he noticed that man that was sitting on the ground. After explaining to him that this was a homeless man and what it meant to have no home or no money or no food, Jack, he actually became very sad. See, he wanted to do something for him. So we grabbed some spare change that we had in the car, and together Jack and I went and we gave this man some change. And then we came back to our car and we prayed for him. Well, the following week, as I was getting ready to go get groceries again, Jack asked if he could come. See, he wanted to see if this homeless man was there because he wanted to give him more money. He wanted to help him. See, our homes, they're where we do the majority of our teaching. But sometimes it's out on the road where some moments for real learning and application are found, and we just don't have those opportunities sometimes in the house. So as parents, we need to intentionally foster these opportunities for our kids to learn how to love and to know God. So Moses says we are to talk about them when we're sitting at home, when we walk along the road, and when we get up and when we lie down. Now, I'm going to be honest here. With a 7, 5, and 3-year-old, there are some evenings where bedtime just cannot come soon enough. The temptation can be to just toss them into bed. You give them the kiss on the forehead and you just, I'm done with this. And you crash on the couch and you wonder how you just got through your day. So I want to encourage you parents to stick it out just a little bit more. Because bedtime can be a great time of intentional discipleship. You can read your kids a Bible story. You can sing a song or two. You can talk about your day and where your kids saw God working. You can let your kids know how thankful you are for them, for God's grace, for His love, for His mercy. You can pray for each other. You can teach them to pray. You can let them pray. See, you can end off your day with your best effort to lead your kids in a time of acknowledging God and thanking Him for all of His blessings. Now, mornings with the kids can almost be as chaotic as bedtime. Each kid is asking for something different. I have one that wants pancakes while the other one wants waffles, and the other one's just looking for her toy kitty. Or maybe she can't find her dress that day, but Moses instructs us as parents that we're to acknowledge God when we go to sleep, and then he asks us to acknowledge God when we wake up. Between getting the kids ready for school or you as a parent getting ready for work, the morning hours go by so fast. So how can we acknowledge the Lord each morning and use that time to actually disciple our kids? Well, I suggest that as a parent, that we need to develop a daily quiet time with God and do this in the morning, first thing. See, what greater example can our kids see than their parents setting aside a few moments right as they get up to get to know who God is more? See, when our kids see us as parents, disciplining ourselves to have that daily quiet time with God, they'll know that we think it's important. And the things that we feel are important, our kids will learn about and they'll start to replicate themselves. See, when our kids see our faith in action, they will actually learn to do the same. So take advantage of your travel time and take your kids out with you as you venture out on the road. Fight through the exhaustion. Spend that extra time at bedtime with your kids. And have a visible quiet time with God first thing in the morning. I bet you if you try these things out, I think you'll experience a lot of joy as you continue to disciple your kids. As usual, here are some questions for you to ponder. If you have any thoughts, questions, comments, feel free to send me an email. Thanks for stopping in. We'll see you next time.